Hey folks!
Hey folks!
Back another week!
We hope you're all doing well, getting ready for the winter months that are ahead of us.
Holiday season.
Or the holiday season, because you can have a summery holiday depending on where you are.
You can have a what?
A summery holiday.
Yeah.
Not Oh, someone's squeezing my butt. You can't see it, but Blix is squeezing my butt. We're doing something a little different this week. We actually have a pretty big announcement and video coming next Sunday, so we're kind of keeping it simple this week. Something that we get a lot of questions about is how we work remotely from the van. And when we're traveling, so we thought we'd make a more in-depth video about that this week and just share with you what that process is like, what things that we use to make our experience better and work, and we'll kind of show you through that.
Yeah. So we'll walk through kind of our setup, what items we use, and some maybe typical tricks and tips.
Yeah, and whatever kind of issues or challenges that we've had doing this, what are some things that we're surprised by that it's been actually somewhat easy working remotely from the van, and talk about what we do to be able to work from the road.
So this is lounge mode. This is usually the mode we put it in when we are transferring from bed mode to kind of hangout mode. And just kind of on the weekends when we're hanging out, kicking our feet up, but we take our shoes off before we put them on the couch, and just gives us more space to kind of hang out and do our thing. But if we want to transfer to work mode or office mode or desk mode or whatever you'd like to call it, we have our Lagoon mount table. Usually in the morning when we're traveling on the road, we have different roles for the routine. So usually I wake up with the dogs, take them out, and Bess is usually the one that actually gets this set up every day. But I'll do it just for now. So this is our Lagoon mount table. You just twist it on like this, find the height you like best, and then twist it pretty tight. Get this side. I think it might be a little low, huh? Is it okay?
It looks low.
Okay. So if it's too low, you just kind of adjust. And the most important part, our table lives behind here, which is also doubled as our bed platform. But this is how we get work mode set up. And just like that, I'm in my office. This is a little higher than I like it, but
You want to lower it?
sure.
Folks, these scuffs.
Yeah, do you want to tell them what happened, hon?
What
In the big scuff.
Yeah, we might have to replace this at some point. It's okay for now,
This
but
scuff, hon?
I know
This scuff?
it dropped from the back when I opened the back doors once, and so we have a simple remedy for that, though.
Yeah, Bess is always very kind to me in the morning because she knows how much I love aesthetics. Every morning, Bess puts this up for me, this nice little tablecloth, because I love a fresh workspace, and she's very kind to me knowing that, and puts this up every morning. The Lagoon mount is really great because it is quite a tight space, so it's nice to be able to shift the desk around if Deccan's coming through, or if Bess wants to come sit next to me and bug me while I'm working, or if baby's wanting to get through. And you can go this way too. Really nice, just to kind of get things out of the way, or if I want to get up and do something in the middle here.
All right. Okay.
Just get things. Are you kidding me?
All right, baby. Let's not get distracted. Baby is currently being a good boy on the counter here.
Deccan's playing with his cousin Cooper right now.
Okay, sweetie, let's get back.
Okay, back to the video. So next thing that we need is our internet.
Alright folks, so for internet, what we use are a few things. We have all of our internet stuff in this compartment here. Ooh, oh, always watch out for your face. We keep a lot of different things in here.
It's quite shoved in there right now.
Yeah. But these are very important items we need. Just like that. Oh, what happened here? There we go. This is a Wii Boost, which I'll talk about in a moment. And then this is our 5G Mifi Hotspot from T-Mobile. And it looks like this. So it's 100 gigabytes a month, which is more than enough to last us a whole month. And it was a little pricey. The device itself was about $300, right? The device itself was about $300 when you purchase the actual device, and a monthly cost of
$50.
$50 a month. So after you get that big, huge $300 out of the way, it's more affordable, $50 a month, which is not too bad if it's really making sure that it runs our daily, like literally be able to work every day from the van for a 9-to-5 job, as well as having enough gigabytes for me to do my computer work, and then also upload these YouTube videos every Sunday. So that's one option that we have. So the other thing we use is actually Blix's iPhone. They have unlimited hotspot, and we also pay an extra $50 for this. And it really works well, and it's really nice to have. Hi, baby. And here's your little lucky hotspot generator. It's actually really helpful to have two devices. They are both T-Mobile. For some reason, we found that sometimes the phone works better than the Wi-Fi device. There's no rhyme or reason to it. It's just having options is always great. Sometimes this has a farther reach. We don't know how this stuff works, but we're really grateful we have two options, and between the two, we've had more than enough coverage to be able to do what we need to do, which has been really great. So all in all, $100 a month for internet. So again, depending on how you're doing van life, internet may or may not be important to you. But having Blix working full-time from the van, me doing a lot of internet work too, having to access our email and like edit these videos and upload them every week, we do need internet. So that's just something that we've made a priority in order for this to be sustainable for us.
Another option that we do use sometimes when I'm like, I need to have good, stable internet, not choppy, if I'm doing like Zoom meetings and stuff on a day, more heavy Zoom meeting day, I'll make sure that we stop at a Starbucks in the morning and like kind of do those meetings there and make sure that I have good, stable internet. And then if I need to do other work throughout the day, then I can still use these, but Starbucks is a really good option as well.
Totally. Thanks for mentioning that, babe. That Starbucks has really come in handy for us on those days especially when you have those big Zoom meetings. And in general, if you're doing city van lifing, finding free Wi-Fi is an option as well. But we found that, sometimes in the cities, it's kind of hard to find good Wi-Fi as well. So that's when these come in handy. And the last thing we want to talk about is the Wii Boost. Now, we've heard mixed reviews about the Wii Boost. Some people really hate them. They're like, they don't work. They're not worth the investment. In our experience, they are vital. It's vital. Like, it's completely helped us in a big time of need when we really had like one bar of service, and having this really helped us out. So what this does is called a Wii Boost because it boosts your cell signal or your Wi-Fi signal. And what it does is it reaches out to like cell towers that maybe your device can't naturally reach out to on its own, and just boost that signal. So in our experience, if you have 2 bars, sometimes it'll go up to 5. If you have 1 bar, it'll go up to 3, and it's really, really helpful because it just, I don't know, I remember one of the first times I was like, wow, what would we have done without this? Was back in the beginning, we were in Colorado, and we were meeting our friends Esther and Chase up in like Crestone, Colorado, and we had lost like most service, and I had 1 bar on my phone, and we were lost, and we got there late at night. And I was like, I couldn't get any service to even call them, but I put my phone next to this, and it went up to 3, and I got through. So it is really helpful. We like it. We think that it's worth the investment. It's a total about like something shy of $600. We got it off of Amazon. It's just a one-time purchase. There's no monthly fee attached to this. So once you have it, it works and it's great. We have an antenna on top of our roof, which is where the antenna is what helps us read and bounce off of more to get more signal. So this is our little Wi-Fi setup, and that's how we get Wi-Fi in the van.
All right, so next we need the rest of the devices for my workday. So here is our electronic drawer, second drawer in.
Don't judge us, it's a little messy right now.
Yeah, it's a little messy right now. We're constantly trying to reorganize it, but it just gets busy. Anyways, so what I need for my workday is my iPad, computer, headphones, laptop, and my mouse.
And my laptop charger.
Laptop charger, yeah. So, this is key to having, obviously, a good charge throughout the day. We have 2 outlets here that we can plug into. I try to use this one because there's often a lot of kind of passing through down here.
Yeah, we have another outlet charge station right here.
But folks walking through here kind of unplug a lot, so it's good to keep it all over here. So now that I have my Wi-Fi set up, this is key for me, having a mouse. If I don't have a mouse and I'm trying to use my laptop, my hand cramps up really bad. So this is really a plus for me. Headphones, I have AirPods. I don't know. They're great. You just can maneuver around a little easier without having to worry about a cord. But I also have regular just string headphones too in case I need that. Here is my laptop setup. So I have a mouse pad as well. You can already tell it gets quite cramped in here. I try to kind of condense a little more, but as I can to make room for the other family members. But here's my laptop that I use, and then my iPad is for a second monitor. It's also for we watch stuff on there. But when you're working from a tiny screen a lot, it can be really hard on your eyes. And this is really helpful to have a second screen. So
you need a cord to connect those 2 screens, or is it through?
You don't, actually.
Oh, wow.
You don't need a cord, so I guess I can maybe show you. Sidecar is the app. So if I want to use this as a dual screen, I can, and it just helps so much with eye stuff and organization throughout the day, having this as an option. So really glad to have that dual screen. I can use it without a dual screen, but it's just better sustainably to have 2 for me.
What was the name of the app again?
Sidecar.
Sidecar.
Yeah,
cool.
so you just have to be connected to the same internet to use it. I think there is a way to have a hard connection, and you can do it that way too, but that's just what I use. So this is my setup, and the other piece of this is seating. So I usually will start sitting on the cushions, then about halfway through the day I lift the cushions up. Should I show them that? And sit on the hard bench with a pillow, because it just can be hard on your back to be sitting on memory foam. Depending on how my back feels, I will sometimes lift these cushions up. Oh. It's a nice little backrest, and then I'll put a cushion to sit on, but it's just a little bit harder, and it's a little bit more supportive for your spine. But this table is actually really good height typically, so I don't get shoulder pain or anything like that from sitting here. And then another option I have, if I need it, is to stand and work. So we have this nice little breakfast table stand that I can use as a standing desk when I need, which is great. And it lives right behind the driver's seat. And what I do is just transfer everything over. Sometimes I won't do the dual screen if I'm standing, but I'll do this, and then I'll grab my mouse and put it right down here, and I'm good to go. I can stand, do anything I want. You know, the hard thing about that is I'm kind of taking up the whole kitchen though, so usually Bess will be back here, or she'll be out with the dogs or doing stuff, but it's just constantly having to navigate each other with grace and kindness. Right?
Keywords. So folks, as you can see, these are a couple ways that works for us in terms of how we work from the road. It's right now a lot of, or the past almost a year now, has been really making sure that Blix is able to stay connected to the internet, because they are obligated to a 9-to-5 job, working in sales tech, and that's the industry Blix is in.
Yeah, so I'm actually still new at this job that I'm working at.
You've been there for almost 6 months now. No? August, September, October. 4 months.
Yeah, about 4 months I've been at this new job. It's a tech sales job based out of San Francisco. Really great company. Really liking it so far. I came from another company before that, but they are both remote organizations. So everything I need to do for the job I can do remote, which is awesome, and has really improved my quality of life being able to work remote. I think some challenges that come up are just trying to make sure we find stable internet when I need to work. It kind of can be hard in the sense that the schedule of everybody in our family revolves around my work schedule sometimes, but that's just kind of what you get when we're doing van life the way we've been doing it.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Yeah. And and it hasn't, for me, it hasn't been as challenging. I was like, how can these little devices really be the juice of, kind of like regular internet, it's like, it's amazing that this is just kind of all you need to be able to have access to the type of internet you need to be able to do remote work.
Yeah.
For the most part. So that's been amazing to experience, and we've had some times where we're working from the Walmart parking lot, and sometimes we've been able to really be in beautiful places working, because for some reason there's signal. So it's really a hit or miss. Sometimes you're in an active city, like in Louisiana, we were always in the city, but internet was actually really not great. So you just never know. And of course, there are different providers. We use T-Mobile. There's also Verizon that I know people use. There's the Verizon Hotspot that's pretty popular. And again, it's kind of like a trial and error process, but this is what works for us. Another thing that we wanted to touch upon is that basically working from the computers, we need them to be charged constantly. Even with our devices, the hotspot needs to be charged, our phones need to be charged. So it's really important that you have a really strong electrical battery system. So we have 2 lithium batteries, and we have a total of a 400 watt solar coming through, and an inverter. And inverter is what you need to make sure that you can access plugging in like house devices in. So that's been, as long as we have good solar, or if we're driving a lot, our alternator is connected to our battery system, which charges it. So we haven't had any issues with that setup to be able to make sure all of our devices and cameras and everything has juice all the time.
Knock on wood.
Yeah, which is really wonderful. And yeah, I feel like it's not, unless the weather is really bad, it's not something we really think about. We kind of plug in as we need to, and it hasn't been an issue. Yeah. Not to say we're not mindful of it, but
yeah, I'm always kind of keeping an eye on things, but it's never been a huge issue. I can think of maybe one time when I was stressed about battery. Texas snowstorm, maybe.
Yeah, probably. If y'all remember from the beginning of the series, I was actually looking for a remote job as well before we took part in the journey. Yeah, I was really stressed out. This job,
episode 1.
I know. I was crying because I didn't get this job I really wanted, and it was kind of a blessing in disguise, because it would have been probably very, very difficult for both of us to be working a conventional job remotely from the road.
Well, in that type of job too.
Yeah. Well, like Blix has to make phone calls, and then yeah, and then just in general, like being a part of a work environment where I wasn't quite sure of how often I would have to be on the phones or in meetings and stuff. It just would have been a big challenge, and I think it would have, because we had so many van issues as well.
Yeah.
Like, knock on wood,
Like,
we
we were
haven't had any
learning.
crazy issues recently, but it's been really helpful to have, like, to be able to have at least one person be able to take care of the van stuff.
Yeah.
And now that we're more confident on the road, and like when issues come up, it's not that big of a deal. Oh, bless you.
Sorry.
It's okay. I feel like we feel ready that if I were to get like a normal job, we could navigate that better, which I'm totally on the pursuit of right now, which is going to be a change, that if I get a job, then, you know.
Yeah, our travels are just going to be looking a little different. But
yeah, but not really at the same time, because usually a lot of our heavy traveling happens on the weekends anyway.
True.
So yeah. I don't foresee it being that big of a deal, but naturally it's a big change for me to work.
Yeah.
And then also continue on with making our YouTube and stuff like that too. And but I'm excited about it. I think that having a job is also a nice way to have structure, because part of the challenge for me this past year has been like feeling sometimes a little aimless because I haven't had that kind of structure. So I'm looking forward to it. I hope this one job opportunity works out for me. So wish me luck, folks. And yeah, we'll definitely keep you posted on how that goes and what that's like.
Yeah.
All right, folks. So that's pretty much it. And that's the setup we have to be able to work remotely full time from the road. And if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask them in the comments. We'll list the product list in the description box below, so you know exactly like what we use. And yeah, I know everyone has a different setup and different suggestions, so go ahead and just look up other people's videos, because everyone does it differently. And again, this is what works for us and with our needs. It doesn't mean that it's the best setup for you.
And if you have any suggestions for us, we'd love to hear them.
Totally. We're always looking for the next best device or hotspot or suggestion on how to get internet cheaply and really good sustainable internet for sure. So thank you so much for watching. We hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you learned something new about van life and how to work from the road. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up.
Don't forget to comment. Any questions, any comments, please leave them below.
Say hi.
And feel free to share the video too if you'd like. And we just appreciate you all tuning in.
Yeah, don't forget to subscribe.
Yep, subscribe. That was the one I forgot, actually. Most
Very
important one. Don't forget to subscribe.
Don't forget to subscribe. Thank you so much. And
exciting news next week.
I know.
Lots of changes, but we're excited about it. We'll bring you along with us.
It's pretty wild what's happening. We were hoping to share it this week, but you're just going to have to wait a little longer. That's just the art of the tease, folks.
Burlesque performer.
All right, folks. We'll see you next Sunday. Thanks again for watching. Toodaloo.
Bye. Okay, so this we here have
some boogers.
Should I get rid of them?
Probably.
Do you have a tissue? Are they noticeable?
No.
Folks, can you see any boogers?
Do you see any nasal discharge?
Ish, babe. Babe, what do I say?
Why are you hitting yourself?
Just, I'm not saying proper words.
Okay, just take a breath. Darla? Darla?
She has a new sweater.
Okay.
Shit, it's gone.
That's just darling. Just darling.
Always going for the earlobe.
Totally. Thanks for...
Oh, I thought I sat on baby. Let's go see. Do you want me to get it? Just, it's like... Go like this. Can you see? Okay, got it. Sorry.
So that's
You
it.
have been doing a lot of talking.
Actually, you have, babe.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
Do you want to talk?
No, go ahead.
Go ahead.
I don't want to.
Go ahead, sweetie.
No, because I don't know what to say.
Go ahead, sweetie.
No.
Go ahead.
Babe, I don't know what to say. So go ahead.